You had a question here? Yeah.
Yeah, there seemed to be a difference in opinion on what spam was, and how it's kind of evolved. With these new social media tools. I'd just maybe quickly like to hear, what's spam, what's not spam, what's acceptable, what's not acceptable.
Okay. So the question is, what's spam, what's not, what's acceptable? Specifically on
defining.
Twitter or in general?
As it pertains to the new stuff.
Okay.
There was an example where Renee was saying that she didn't think that was spam.
Right.
She did this research and tried to initiate a one-to-one correspondence with somebody that might like the product. So.
Okay, what's spam?
So I think you go back to the Canned Spam Act. A lot of you guys probably have to deal with that in terms of PR and demand generation. But the keyword is unsolicited, right? Now, if, for instance, Loic happens to talk about the fact that he has Alzheimer's, and I'm sorry to break it to you now.
That's an example which I value a lot.
If he's announcing that this is going on, and Renee chooses to follow him, he is requesting a message from her by following back. Her speaking at him and yelling, "Hey, Loic, I heard you have Alzheimer's." Bad news again. But that would be more spammy. But what she's doing is waiting for the return follow. And so spam is any time it's unsolicited and there's no way to get out and you're not identifying who you are.
Okay. Any other thoughts on spam?
I think the good news with those new tools is that you don't have to reciprocate.
Yeah.
And that's great. Like if you don't want to follow Ford, and they're good at social software, you don't have to. And if someone suddenly starts to be spammy, so being spammy, I think, can be also too prolific sometimes.
Well, what if the social media guy at Ford searches for the word Mercedes, and whenever he sees the word Mercedes, he sends a guy a tweet that says, we have a high-end, Taurus that would compete with a C-Series Mercedes. Is that spam?
No, for me, no. If it's done in a way that you communicate with the user who is, for example, angry and upset about a brand, and another brand comes, but like in a smart way. So it's not a bot. It's not like 10 messages. It's one saying, you have an iPhone, you could try the Palm, or vice versa.
Okay, so
then no.
Louis, do you think that's spam? Somebody says, I'm thinking about a Mercedes, and out of the blue comes from, at Ford, hey, why don't you consider a Taurus?
The second time it's spam.
The second time
right,
it's spam?
the first time it's good.
The first time it's
First time he's doing outreach. It's like cold calling and inside sales. I might not expect your phone call, but I respect you have a position. And when you call me, I'm going to say, don't call anymore. Done. Okay. That's not spam.
Okay. Yeah, back there?
Yeah, so this is more of a kind of a personal marketing strategy question, and we've talked a lot about LinkedIn and Facebook. So let's say, probably most of us have like a LinkedIn account where we've got very professional looking profile and everything, and we probably have a Facebook account which is not so professional. In fact, most of our HR people, saw our Facebook. We probably see the random drug testing policies instituted. But anyway, the thing is, what if all of a sudden one day you get a invite request from your boss? What do you do on Facebook? What do you do?
Okay, what do you do?
Don't complain. If you link your boss, don't complain about your job. That's like rule number one. I'm saying that, but I retweeted exactly that happened last week, where someone complained, like, I'm so bored at my job, right? And forgot that she or he was connected to his boss. And the boss came and commented back. How really can we talk about it? Come to my office. But my point is to finish. I think you should connect.
As long as it wasn't Bernanke and Obama, we'd be okay.
I think there is no difference now between professional and personal. It's all gone. You have to be the same on Facebook and LinkedIn as much as you can. That's not easy.
Well, I think the important thing is to work somewhere where you trust your boss. And that sounds crazy, but if you work somewhere that you have a good relationship with your boss, you should not be afraid to be connected there. And you should be very careful as to what you're putting on Facebook. If you have problems on there, that's your fault. They will find it, or someone else will find it and forward it.
But you can also see your boss's Facebook too now, right?
Yeah, so I have a thought on this.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise. So our founder Reid Hoffman has a phrase he uses, and he says, think of MySpace as the bar where you might go and hang out, and be entertained, and meet some new people, maybe anonymously. Facebook is more like the backyard barbecue. So, who would you invite into your backyard? Who would you feel comfortable meeting your family, seeing your house, meeting your other friends? And LinkedIn is the office. And there are different rules that exist in each of those environments. depending on the company you work for, if you would invite your boss and let him see your house and have some drinks with him in your backyard, then Facebook may be a very appropriate place. If there's a very different level of relationship between the two, then you may want to consider either ignoring that invitation or suggesting, hey, I prefer that we have that relationship on LinkedIn.
Yes, I'll take one last question, okay?
I'm curious about the effectiveness of social media with products that have long or longer selling cycles. Like, for example, 18 months or 24 months, something like that.
Okay. The impact or the use of social media for long sales cycle products. Okay?
It depends on your objective. I mean, the first thing you need to get in an 18 to 24-month sales cycle is that meeting, right? That's why the inside salesperson is calling. And so what you're looking for is that objective. And it comes down to your entire Salesforce CRM funnel. You know, how do you move that from prospecting to developed all the way through to closure? You need to get a certain number of meetings up front. And so social media can work in terms of moving that through the cycle faster, in terms of engaging and speaking the customer's language and being where they're comfortable. It also can help in terms of finding the individuals who you're going to have that first meeting with. But a lot of these products haven't really been around for 18 to 24 months in a consistent way used this way. So we're all learning.
Okay. Any other thoughts?
Yeah, often those products are B2B type products. Not always, but in many cases they are. And a B2B sale is a complex sale with many different decision makers along the chain. And often the B2B, the marketing is designed to really give the salesperson some air cover all the way up to that decision making chain, right? That you need the line of business decision maker, but you need the CFO eventually to sign off on the budget that line of business manager will ask for that product. And so I think you approach it just as you would any other marketing effort. Where are those? Where is that upper echelon of decision makers spending their time? And what media vehicles do I have? Is Twitter the right place to do that for the CFO? Maybe, depending on what kind of company it is you're selling to. But I don't think the rules are that dramatically different. I think you still approach where are the people that I'm trying to reach, and how do I make sure I've got a consistent presence around that entire sales process to support my salespeople's efforts.
Okay. Anything?
Yeah, one quick thought is if you have a community at the company level, then they will follow you in a product that you launch 2 years after. And I was just thinking about a product for like even longer. Like I would love to go to space, Virgin Galactic and all those products. That's like a long, and they have a community, and I would kill to go there. I'm sure you too. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe the first ones. But I think if you have like Virgin and Richard Branson have those brands, and you should see how much he's followed on his fans page on Facebook. I'm a fan. And on Twitter and so on, and because people want to learn and they're fascinated, I think they would follow every product, and it's good to have a community at the company level or the CEO level, regardless. Now, if a product is totally boring like a toothpaste, it's very tough. Now I have to agree with you. Now it's only marketing, and like we don't talk about toothpaste.
How can you say that? Because to Tom's of Maine, toothpaste is not boring. I mean, you can make toothpaste exciting.
But do you talk about your toothpaste on Twitter?
Compared to what? My cat rolled over?
What's your brand? What's your toothpaste brand? Do you know?
I don't know.
I don't see it. I don't know mine either. Like, who cares?
How many of you think that toothpaste can be marketed? I mean, yeah, absolutely.
No, I don't. You misunderstood me. I'm actually saying it should be marketed. But no, because it's the only choice. Because we care. We don't care. Look, we don't know our brand of toothpaste, so we don't talk about it. So there is no word of mouth. So there is no community. So you have to go marketing.
Okay. You just dying to ask a question, aren't you?